All right, looks pretty nice, right? So I had a bit of time today. The sun is still out, so I wanted to get out before it got dark and kind of do another quick walk around with more details about the truck. Oh, the lights just came on automatically. It's pretty cool. So this is just gonna be a more in-depth review of the truck. Not quite a review, but just a quick walk around. I'm going to throw up the stickers, so I'll throw up the options. This is a 401A. This is a Agate Black F-150 Tremor, obviously. And I'm going to throw those two stickers, the options and the package information, so you can kind of see exactly how this truck was optioned. I'll throw those up right now, so if you want, you can freeze the video, look at those, and we'll go through it. So if you're thinking about buying one of these, you can look at those packages, and maybe that's kind of helpful to you. So let me get my phone out. I have a lot of notes here. I have a lot of stuff to go through. So let's see. Yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That helps me a lot. Yeah, it is helpful. So let's go through here. Let's start with the front really quick. With the Tremor, you do get these kind of different orange accents. So you see that orange line going across the front. You get orange tow hooks. I'm going to be doing this in a single take. So I'm going to do a quick walk around this. Shooting this is in a single take kind of allows me to edit easier because I'm using an external mic and it's easier to line up. And I can get these videos out faster for you. So yeah, let's do a quick walk around. Overall, I'm coming from a Ranger. This is the most highly optioned vehicle I've ever owned, and it's really nice. Just the quality, the switches, the doors, everything you touch, just you could tell it's a higher quality than what I had on my Ranger before. My previous Ranger was an XLT. It wasn't a Lariat or anything, so that's possibly why. So let's open up the back really quick. This has the smooth opening tailgate. It also has the little tailgate step. I'll put my phone down there. Pretty cool. And you have a little hand thing that comes out, so it helps you grab it. I'm not going to demonstrate that right now. Every F-150 has this. It's not unique to this one. Is that in there? I think it is. All right. That also has a little measuring marks on the back of the tailgate. This is the tailgate option. So this is a $430 option that they option on the truck. It also has these little spots where you can clamp down. One thing I really like is it has in-bed lighting. So originally I thought I was gonna have to kind of wire up something because I am getting a bed cover next week. I'll have a video on that as well. And I thought I was gonna have to wire up some lights so I could see under it because my previous truck did not have lighting in the bed. But so far that's really nice, and I wasn't expecting that. It also has the 400 watt inverter. It's not the Pro Power one, the one that has like 2,000 watts, and I think there's even some to go higher than that. I don't really like using the truck as a generator. I kind of see it as a last resort. If you need to be generating power, you need to be doing that often, you really should have a dedicated generator. It's kind of a bad move, in my opinion, to be using your truck as your primary generator. This is a $50,000, $60,000, possibly even $70,000 truck. And using it for something like that and wearing it out just to do the job of a generator that might cost $1,000 to $3,000 just doesn't make sense to me. So I do have a dedicated generator, so the 400 watts in the back of the truck is perfect because it would just be for emergency situations. So let me open up the back here. This is like one of the primary reasons I bought the truck is because I wanted a better place to travel with my dog. The back seat, let me fold this down. The back seat is fairly large. Let me get in back here. Just to show you how big it is, I can actually walk in the back of the truck, and I'm standing right now in the back, and there's enough room for me to stand where the foot space is, where the back seats. So let me get out really quick. I have a towel in here for my dog, just because we live in the Northwest, it gets pretty muddy. So let me pick this back up. One of my biggest pet peeves about the Ranger is it didn't have a load flat floor. So it wasn't really easy to carry cargo in the back of the truck, and that's important when I travel pretty often when we're going like cross country. So what's nice about this, the Ranger also didn't have a 60-40 split, so when the rear seat was up, nobody else could sit back there with the dog. So now we can actually transport somebody with the dog, potentially even two people if we put them on this side and put the dog on that side, because she is a Rottweiler, but she's only about 80 pounds. So she will actually fit over there, just how large that spot is. So if it's a short distance, we can actually fit 2 people and the dog, which is awesome because we couldn't transport anybody before if we had the dog back here. And there's also quite a bit of space still for storage. If you got the Pro Power, the bigger inverter, it actually takes up a lot of the space, so you lose that. I'm able to carry jumper cables, a jumper box, a trash bag, umbrella, a couple other things back here. So it's still a pretty big storage spot that you don't lose. Another reason I didn't go with the Pro Power inverter is I heard a lot of things online about people saying it makes a whine. So you hear this really low whine as you're driving, just from the fans running and things like that. And I really didn't want that, because one of the things I really value about a truck, or just a vehicle in general, is that it's kind of quiet inside. I had a WRX several years ago and it was really loud. It didn't really have good sound insulation, and when you're driving thousands of miles off-road like I do yearly, it's just not fun when you're sitting in the car for 8 hours with just that hum of the car and the engine and just road noise and stuff like that. It really just kind of burns out your ears over that time. And we do yearly travel trips from Seattle to LA. We've done that one day sometimes, which is like 16 to 20 hours actually on the road in a single day, which can really burn you out. Let me turn this on. I can talk a little bit about this. So, one thing I don't really get is why they didn't option the fold flat workspace in this. Honestly, it's not something I would really use too often, but it's a $100 option, and I feel like it really helps the resale value of the car. I don't know why a dealer would option all these other things and kind of leave that out. Seems like an odd choice to me. But there was a lot of confusion, so I asked on a couple forums. I started arguments on the Facebook F-150 group, because people were arguing with me, telling me that this screen was going to be 8 inches. So if you read the options for this is the mid package, so 401A, it says 8-inch infotainment screen, or 8-inch screen, which can be confusing because it doesn't list how big this screen is. But what it's talking about, the 8-inch screen it's talking about, is this one. So this one is actually 8 inches. The one in the middle is 12. So hopefully that settles it for some people. I don't think any Tremor comes with the 8-inch screen unless it's the base, the lowest package on the Tremor. So the 401A and then the high package comes with this 12-inch screen, which is really nice. It's super responsive, especially coming from the Ranger I had previously. And the screen, this is pretty nice. You don't get the full giant screen that has like the digital gauges and everything like that, but this is more than enough for me. I could honestly care less about how much screen is right here. I was more interested in what is over here. So let me check out my notes here. Just want to talk about, make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, so this was optioned with the 360-degree cameras and also the Pro Pilot 360 2.0. So when I was reading that, I thought it said something about lane centering, which I thought would be equivalent to lane keep, which I had in my Ranger. But no, it's almost like fully autonomous driving. Okay, I won't go that far, but if you're driving cross country, and I used it when I drove this 200 miles back from the dealership, you turn on cruise control and you can pretty much go hands-free. It will keep you in your lane. It will keep distance from the car in front of you. You do have to put some weight on the steering wheel just so the truck knows that you're there, but you don't actually have to steer. So it keeps the truck centered, and it even does somewhat of a better job than I do, just driving for long distances and kind of just making sure you're always centered in that lane. It's a little unnerving when you first use it because it just feels like you're not controlling the truck at all. You're not using the pedals, you're not steering, you're not braking. But I got used to it fairly quick, and I actually, when I was thinking about ordering one of these, I wasn't going to option that. But I think now that I have it, it's something I would want on all future trucks, especially since we do those long distance trips fairly often. Another thing that's missing, so this is optioned a little bit higher than I would have optioned it if I was ordering it, but it was missing this, which I would have optioned, and it was missing the front torsion. So that I wanted that because just over the years when we've done these cross-country trips, when you're in snow, when you're on the highway, the all-wheel drive cars I've driven, like the WRX, actually handle much better than a truck does when you're traveling on pavement when it's snowy or icy. So I get why 4x4 works better off-road, but when you're on-road in kind of slick conditions, I've always had a much better time with all-wheel drive. So I kind of wanted that limited slip differential in the front to kind of help with those situations. And I was hoping that this would come with, let me get down here, the 4A. So that's kind of a popular thing now. I think that only comes on the high trim. So I think that's a Lariat or Platinum thing. I know it comes with the Raptor High, and I think it comes with the high package on the Tremor. That alone, the 4A, would have been nice as well in the Torsen front diff, but just how this was built out on the lot and the fact that this isn't a high, you don't get those things. So those are two things I would have liked to have had. The Torsen you can get on the 401A, the 4A, I don't know if I would have went up to a higher package for that. However, those two things I'm kind of missing that I didn't get. In all honesty, they're not gonna make a huge difference probably. I don't really crawl or anything like that. Most of my off-roading is on forest roads, which can be pretty torn up because we do kind of overlanding or camping here in National Forest in Washington in the Northwest. So the truck, I just wanted to be able to get me through those kind of bad roads, and on those, they are roads at the end of the day that you're not going kind of crawling when you're going through those, but there's washouts and things like that, and I want to make sure I had enough clearance to get through there. So that's why I went with the Tremor. So the Torsen's not gonna make a huge difference. Going on, a couple other things. Let me turn this around here since I'm just showing you this. All right, let me check my notes. So yeah, like I said, the hands-free driving is nice. This is really quiet inside. I kind of alluded to that earlier. It drives really nice. It's really smooth. It doesn't rock. So my the Ranger, it was also a fairly smooth ride, but the problem was it kind of floated. So if you've driven like a big car before, like a limo type car, like a Lincoln or something like that, you kind of notice when you go around turns, it kind of feels like it's floaty. What's nice about this is it's extremely smooth. It's a really nice ride quality, but it's not floaty at all. Obviously, it's not a sports car. It's not going to have like super great handling. It's not going to stay extremely flat. But given how big it is and everything, I'm really impressed with the handling and how quiet and just how nice of a ride is. It just feels like you're really driving in a luxury car, or like a Lincoln or a Navigator or something like that. And that's been one of the most impressive things about this truck so far for me. I'll get outside. I don't think the rake is very bad. A lot of people say the rake on this is kind of like insane. I don't think it's very bad. I'm not going to do anything about that. I like the ride quality so much that I don't want to mess with spacers or lifts or anything in the front. So I'm leaving it alone. And the rake, honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I'll show you with this camera after I'm done here, and you can judge that for yourself, but that's not a big deal for me. The steps on the side, this comes with Raptor steps. I kind of show those a little bit. They're really wide, which is probably not ideal for off-roading, but it's nice because you can kind of get your full foot on there. And there's been times where I slipped off my steps just because my feet were really muddy when I was trying to get into my Ranger. I don't see that happening with these, just given how grippy they are and how wide they are. So that's a nice thing. I was doing a bit of research about the tires. These are General Grabbers, which are fairly nice tires. The problem is, what I was reading is the sidewalls are kind of thin, and most of the time when you have issues off-road where you have like a catastrophic tire failure, it's because something's coming through the sidewall. So I'm going to test those out. I'm going to do some mild off-roading when I go down to California. We'll see if we have any issues with that, and I'll kind of report back on that. But I would have liked if the tires kind of had a thicker sidewall than the ones that came on the truck from the factory. Let's see here. Yeah, overall everything's really nice. I'm going to show you the cameras really quick because the whole camera situation is really insane to me. I know this is not new to many people, especially if you've driven like a newer vehicle in the last couple years, but you do have a 360 camera with the options I have. The rear view camera is a really high quality camera. And let's see. In this screen, I'm still trying to figure out some of this, but you can get access to the bed camera while you're driving, which is pretty nice. And I really like the zone lighting, which is not something I was too familiar with. I've seen some people talking about it in videos, but you can light up so you turn it on. You can turn on the headlights. You can turn on the side lights, so you can light up the side of the truck. And these side lights are really bright. That's something I was thinking about hooking up to these aux switches, is I do like having side switches when you're camping or if you're just driving off-road and when it's getting dark, so you can turn on those side lights and look out the side. But the side lights off the mirror are so bright that I don't think I'm actually going to do that. I can't really demonstrate that right now since it's still a little bit sunny outside. But you can control these lights independently, including the back bed light. And this is something I would have never thought I wanted, but now it's something I really enjoy, even just messing with it over the last couple of days. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm going back to the aux switches. I don't know what I'm going to use these for now because the lights on this truck are so extensive that I don't know what I need. I had ideas, but now the ones that came with it kind of threw that off. So we'll see what I'm going to do with that. Let me get out again really quick. I'll show you the steps, and we'll wrap this video up since I'm just rambling now. Oh yeah, it's beeping because I don't have the key. Let me get the key. Actually, I'll just turn it off. So you could be the judge of this if you think that rake is excessive. I don't think it's very bad. That's my personal opinion. People are gonna have different opinions about that. And like I was mentioning, these side steps are fairly wide. They have nice drainage holes, and they're really grippy. They're kind of like a grip, kind of like grip tape on a skateboard. It's pretty nice. So I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Let me check here. No, yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Like I said, I've only been in this truck about, let's see, 2 or 3 days now. But I am really enjoying it so far. If you've watched my videos in the past, so you can go back a couple years ago, or I have a playlist called Ranger. And I did a lot of videos on the Ranger just because I had a lot of nitpicky things, a lot of things I didn't like about it after I first bought it. And I'm not having that experience right now. So if you think I'm just kind of gushing over this car just because it's a new car and I just have this urge to talk positively about it, that's not the case. I've definitely had problems with my previous cars, and I've made that known, especially in my YouTube videos. So this has been so far my best car purchase. I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have any issues. But so far, these initial impressions are much better than I've had in the past with other vehicles. And I'm overall really happy with it. Like I mentioned, I have a couple mods planned. My bed cover is coming soon, so I'd like to show everyone that. I have a bed system I'll probably be setting up, and I'll be going over that, kind of the reasoning why I set it up the way I did and the way I am doing that, because I'm not going with a spray and liner. I know that's a big thing for most people, but after I kind of thought about my needs and how I use my Ranger, I have like a specific setup I'm going with back there just to save money and to be practical. So yeah, that's it. Make sure to like, subscribe. I hope this is useful information to some people. Make sure to comment if you have any questions, and I will see everyone out there. All right, thanks.